You know, I don't look in these. I don't open them up and like preview them. You're really getting just me opening a box and being excited. And if that's like touch thing, sorry I wasted your time. Hopefully I can give you something to do while you're on the commode. What is up, everybody? We're coming at you from the garage, and I've got a box to open. Can we get you set up? We're gonna go right through it. Alright, just to catch you up a little bit on what's been going on, we've got Bassmaster Kayak Series, the 2024 series wrapping up. We just got back from Caddo, Lake Bistineau, Shreveport, Louisiana, all that fun stuff. I just signed a partnership deal with a kayak manufacturer. If you aren't a subscriber to the channel, then you don't see some of my posts, which means you have no clue about what's going on. Maybe you want to check out my Instagram. I think I got some stuff on there. But if kayak fishing, outdoors, bank beating, boat, overlanding, off-road, if all that stuff, if none of that is interesting to you, I'm sorry that you landed on my video. I don't mean to waste your time. Peace be with you. But for the rest of you who like fishing, you know we get these boxes every month from a Texas company. You know that I'm not sponsored by them. You know that I pay for it. And you know that every month I like opening these up because it's like Christmas 12 times a year and I'm bringing it to you. That's right. It is this month's 6-sack from 6 Cents Fishing. Sometimes we get some new stuff, sometimes we get some unique colors, sometimes we get some unreleased or some exclusive colors or some products that aren't on the shelves yet. Who knows? Sometimes it's just some season appropriate tackle, which is always good. If you fish, you like tackle. That's how this works. So we're gonna take a look in there. Just open the box. I see some things. I like these things. Crank that open for it, get a little peeky peek. Again, as always, comes with a bag. I don't know, I'm gonna try to start using these. First thing coming out, like this is such a staple, right? Like this is the 4-inch whale. And typically I pair this up, this one, the 4-inch, I pair up on the 5/0 owner, flashy spin, flashy underspin, whatever the case. Swimming around, banging through rocks, kind of like a crankbait. I mean, you can mid stroll or whatever the kids are calling it these days. You know, if they're chasing bait, this is a little bit bigger, right? A little bit more enticing of a meal. If you're around structure and stuff like that, you know, pulling it around timber, pulling it over rocks and concrete, all that jazz. Like, you can't go wrong. This is the Pro Blue color. So you've got a nice gray up on the top. You've got a silver shiny underbelly. This works. Like, I fish this in muddy water, I fish it in clear water, I fish it in everything. I do have preferences other than this for muddy water, but I have also caught plenty of fish on this in muddy water. So do I like it? Yeah, no, it's dope. Is it good for this time of year? Absolutely, man. These fish are getting into that start to feed up mood, and what better than tempting them with a little extra size. And by the way, that 4-inch whale, you can throw that on a regular medium heavy rod, you know. Now, if you've never fished an underspin before or something like that, let me just explain to you that, you know, when they do hit it, don't jig hook set that thing. You know, keep reeling it and then lean into it. Otherwise, you're gonna have to go through the tough stage, which is where the fish hits it. I mean, they smack it, like they hit it hard, and then you swing on it and it pops it out of the mouth. And then all you got is stories about how you had the big one hit it, but you never saw it, and you don't know. It could be a 1-pounder, it could be a 10-pounder. Who knows? So when you're fishing that, you're bopping it along the rocks, you're bopping it around timber, all of a sudden they hit it and it starts to load up, then you lean into it. And it's just, that's you just lean into it, drive that hook through the face, and catch the fish. All right, we're gonna go with some more soft flats. Dude, I hope this is dope. I hope that they make this. It is the 3.8-inch glitch. For me, this is a drop shot bait, and this is in, like I told you guys, exclusive color. Don't know what this color's called. It's called exclusive color, but I'm gonna take a bunch out for you. It's a great little drop shot bait, you know, flat tail worm, whatever you want to call it. This is like a really dark, man, it's like a really dark color. I don't want to say it's a dark pumpkin. It's not green. There are some hues of green. I know the camera's not going to do a good job at this. Like I said, this is an exclusive color. But man, this would be... I don't know. It's like it's a dark black, maybe a green. I don't know. There's just this one that's in here. You can see it's got a little bit of green, but then like the rest of them, you know, they don't. They're like just black and blue and purple. I don't know. Honestly, this looks like the color I end up with when I melt down a bunch of my used plastics and pour them, which historically it's performed pretty good. So maybe some night fishing stuff, but that is the 3.8 inch glitch. I use the spear point, like a spear point size 2 or a size 3, real finesse. I hook it through the nose. Those spear point GP finesse hooks, like they're the best drop shot hooks that you can get, by the way. If you haven't figured out, this isn't a video that's like sponsored by 6 Cents or anything like that. I like the company. They're a Texas company. I like supporting all that different stuff. And Texas, you know, that's where I live. 6 Cents boards their own plastics here in Texas. I mean, what else is there? So, don't know if you fish a drop shot, but it gets bit all year long, and this is a pretty dope little addition. I've been doing some drop shotting lately, a little technique, not the way that you normally fish a drop shot, and I think that this might, be pretty dope. I like this little color. That is the thing. All right, next thing we're pulling out of the sack. Look at that, some bladed swim bait hook. So one of the cool things that 6 Cents does in their 6 Sec stuff is, like, they gave you those 4-inch whales. Bam, there you go. These are bladed swim bait hooks. These are a 4/0 and 1/4 ounce. So that's pretty dope. Problem when you get to some of the bigger underspins and swim bait hooks is that they get so heavy. And when you're just trying to slow roll it, it just sinks. One of the nice things about these, I'm lazy, so I like screw lock. It works, and it works. B, it's a 4/0 hook, but it's only a 1/4 ounce weight, which means that you can still just kind of slow wind that thing, you know, over the concrete, around timber, over, you know, rocky beds, off of little drop off, stuff like that, and it's not just gonna plummet down. So pretty dope. Will I fish this? Yeah, absolutely. This time of year, dude, underspins get bit this time of year. Underspins, bladed jigs, spinner baits. It's almost jerkbait time. I mean, I know we're catching fish on jerkbait already, but it's not like you go out all day and freaking just hammer on them. Not quite yet, but soon. And by the way, not part of the 6 Sec, but if you haven't already, like I said, it's almost time. This is the 106, this is the 97, these are the Provoke, and these are in some of those new colors, live threadfin shad, and live threadfin flash. Again, this is not part of the 6 Sec, but I did get these in because these are stupid sick. The 106 DD, that's like an 8-foot diver. The 97 DD, it's an 8-foot diver. The regular ones are like a 3 to 5 foot diver, but probably doesn't do it justice. That live threadfin is just freaking. I'm gonna pull it out for you. I'll pull it out. Again, it's not even part of 6 Sec. Let's just look. Yeah, thing. My God. This is the 106 DD. It's not the silent one. They do make silent, and I do fish them. And they do come with good hooks. So dark blue back on it. And then that side, it's like that live hologram. You know, I mean, dude, what do you want? That freaking looks like bait fish all day. Yes, I fished them. Yes, they get bit. Tell me that's not dope. Yeah. Not much to say. If you haven't fished any of these, you should give them a try. Hooks are good. Like that's, I mean, you can see. Look at it. It's not even. It's just, yeah. They're sticky. They're sticky. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. What do we got here? Oh man, some of these little treble heads. This is a 1/8 ounce treble head. I don't know if they intend the 1/8 ounce treble head to go with that 4-inch whale. It seems awfully light if they do. Admittedly, I haven't fished a lot of these. When they first came out, I got some, fished them, got some fish, and then just didn't really find the situation for them again. I think with scope and wintertime fish, like when the water's down in the 50s, high 40s, and those fish are really lethargic or they're out suspended, just roaming for shad, like this could be a really good scope player. It's a line through, so as you can see on the back of the package there, it goes through the head, screw it into the bait, hook that treble into the back of the bait, catch fish. Like I said, when they first came out, I got some fish, but it's hard, you know, in my opinion, to fish something. It's quiet, it's silent, but those hard to catch fish like this could be the deal. And I will very likely be spending more time with this in the winter for those highly pressured offshore fish. What do we got here? Axle swinging swim jig. If you're subscribed to my channel, if you watched my stuff before, you know I like it. That right there is in a black and blue. The hook swings independent of the head. It's got a screw lock in the head for your bait, so you screw your swim bait on there, your trailer, whatever you're using, and when the fish does hook up, your line tied to the top of the head there, that hook can swing up and down. So when they go to throw the hook, they really don't have any leverage. And I can tell you that, like on the swinging swim jig, on the swing shake, which is their swinging hook shaky head, that dude, I don't lose fish. I don't want to jinx myself, but it seriously, it's legit. It's legit. What do we got here? Oh man, some panoramas. This is the, I don't know, it says Panorama 2.0. That's certainly not, that's like a 1-inch size to me. Super tiny, drop shot, I guess. I don't know. Crappie bait, white bass bait, all that stuff. I wonder if I could use those 1/8 ounce. I just don't know how you'd screw them in. They're so thin. I mean, they're paper thin. As far as how do they look, dude, they look like little shad. I mean, you can't argue with that. Like that looks like live bait. That looks like live bait. Don't know how I feel about them. I've had mixed results. I've caught fish on the Panorama. I've caught smallmouth on the Panorama. Caught trash fish on the Panorama. Some of the bigger sizes. But I don't know. Maybe we'll rig up I've got some of these little hooks here. Some of these little panfish hooks. I don't know. I'll rig up a bobber and one of these for my kid. Take him out to the pond. See if he gets bit. That'd be pretty dope. Anywho, it came in the 6-sack. This didn't, but this did. That other thing came in a previous 6-sack, and I ain't fished it yet because I have panfish hooks. All right, we got some more things in here. All right, what do we got? I think maybe they intended to fish this on a drop shot, because the other thing, like, I don't look in these. I don't open them up and like preview them before I shoot the video. You're really getting just me opening a box and being excited about tackle. And if that's like, again, if it's not your thing, I'm sorry. Sorry I wasted your time. Hopefully I can give you something to do while you're on the commode, I guess. But in the 6-sack comes with the little Panorama that's in that live gizzard shad. Again, I mean, that's, dude, they look like live bait. Like, that's dope. And then they come with, boom, right there. That is a size #1 drop shot hook. So they're great hooks. They do have like enough of a bend kind of at the knuckle. I don't know if you can see that, but like down, they're not just like an octopus hook. You see that little curve right there at the end? When that gets in the roof of the mouth of a fish, or in the side or whatever, I found that little bend right there, having that bend in it, like, it locks it in, and for that reason, I do have plenty of these for when I can't get more spear point hooks. Of course, I do fish with Lake Pro Tackle, and they usually have a pretty solid supply. So if I don't have them, it's because I ordered 5 packs and burned through 5 packs and didn't reorder before I was through them. And for that reason, I do have a good little supply of 6-cents drop shot hooks because to me, they're the next best thing. So that's the deal. And the last thing, this is the fun one. Have you ever had those days where you go out and you're fishing topwater in the morning and they're just like, you see them busting and they're not hitting? Why is that? I don't know. I'm not Miss Cleo of the bass fishing world. Probably you're all too young to even know who Miss Cleo is. Dial me now. A good alternative that you can do when you see fish busting and you're throwing topwater and they're not biting, I have found sometimes, because there are no absolutes in fishing, is that something's subsurface that creates a good amount of disturbance. And like I said, sometimes you get new stuff in the sack. Sometimes you get stuff that's just, you know, it's already existing product, but it's in exclusive colors, right? That nobody else can have, nobody else can order. You can't order it, right? If you don't have a 6-ag, you can't get that. And sometimes it's just seasonal appropriate baits. And a seasonal appropriate bait right now, as fish are pushing bait into the back of creeks to feed up for the winter before they go back offshore and do their thing. Of course, there's always fish up shallow, like all year long, but is the Speed Glide. This thing right here is a 100 millimeter, okay, which equates to, man, it's about 4 inches. That's about 3.5, 4.5 inches, something like that. It says that it's a 7/8 ounce. So almost a 1 ounce bait, but I'm just gonna tell you, I fished this on a 7.2 medium heavy, 15-pound fluoro, like just my go-to rod. You know, you just don't you don't whip that thing. You know, you huck it out there so you're not snapping rods. Like, you know, I don't want to say it's common sense, but like after I broke a rod, it became common sense to me, right? There you go. So don't do what I did, do what I learned to do, which is, you know, on something that's almost 1 ounce on a 7.2 medium heavy, don't just whip that rod out there, like sling it out there. Back to the bait. This is a Speed Glide, and basically what you have is it's like a slow sink. I've got a bunch of these because when it's a couple weeks from now is usually when they work pretty good for me. I enjoy fishing them. You can cover a lot of water, you know, where a lot of people are fishing like a spinnerbait or a chatterbait, right? It's a little bit different. It's not silent. It does have a little bit of a single knock in there. It's not very loud. It's like that deep. It does have a single joint, and they're free. They're not sticky. It does come with a feathered hook. Again, these hooks are sticky. All right, you can see that. I can see that. There you go. Now you can see that. Been happy with them so far. This is a ghost bone minnow. So if you're in super dirty water, ghost bone minnow, it's stuck on my finger. Might not be the best color to throw. You might want to find something that's a little bit more solid, because this one, as you can kind of see, maybe, possibly, you can kind of see that it's a little bit translucent. It's got the white belly, it's got that blue-green top, but the center of it there is kind of translucent. For me, my confidence is in the dirtier water. I'm gonna want something just a little bit more solid, something to contrast. You know, in my mind, it's easier for the fish to target. Whether that's like true or not, I don't know. That's my theory. If you haven't thrown one of these, it's a fun bait. They fish great in ponds. They fish great in lakes. You cover water in areas where a lot of guys are throwing, you know, a spinnerbait, chatterbait, you know, a crankbait, stuff like that. You can, you know, you're not banging this off of rocks like a crankbait, but you know, if you're ripping this along, just ripping it, pause, rip, pause, change up your cadence, all that different stuff. It can be a very effective bait. That's really all I got. You know, you got the big old shiny eyes and, you know, all the stuff that catches a lot of fishermen. Hey, like I said, I've got a couple of these. So that's what I got. That is this month's 6-sack. It's October. I don't know if I've released the last video. I know I've edited it, but you know, recently, just based on a lot of the interaction on my videos, I've been a little apprehensive on just, you know, pumping stuff out, because although I know YouTube will say, hey, we're gonna show more stuff to more people, but like I like to look at stuff and you know, say, hey, that was, you know, good editing job, and you know, sometimes you gotta suck for a little bit, and it's tough, and it makes me a little bit self-conscious about the content that I put out. I want it to be good, I want it to be entertaining, I want you to be able to learn something from it. I've made a lot of mistakes, and so you can learn from my mistakes, hopefully. And I apologize, and I am excited though. Like I said, if you're not subscribed to the channel, then you haven't seen some of my posts. If you don't follow me on social media, then you don't know, but I got my first like big brand deal. It was one that I wanted. It was with a company who has a product that I was already gonna buy another one. It would have been my third, it would have been my third kayak from this company. And they decided that that they wanted a partnership. So I was super excited about that. I've already shot 2 videos for it. We get to editing. They've got to approve of that stuff before it goes live. But you know, at the end of the day, I've got myself to thank for putting in the work. I've got y'all to thank for supporting my work. And you know, whatever you believe, you know, that looks after us all, to give us the opportunity and be blessed enough to wake up every day and do this stuff, you know. A little attitude of gratitude right there for you. I hope y'all are doing well. I'm not gonna talk your ear off. I hope you're staying rad. My name is Peter. This is my chaotic fishing. This has been this month's 6 Sack. Y'all stay freaking awesome. And I hope you'll be tuning in next time. Catch you later. Peace.